We have all experienced that heavy, burning stare. You cut back on their kibble because the vet said they need to lose a few pounds, and now they look down at a mostly empty metal bowl like they haven't eaten in a week. The guilt is overwhelming. But you do not have to choose between keeping your dog healthy and making them go hungry. It is entirely possible to feed your dog a massive, overflowing bowl of food every single day while actively melting away their belly fat. To execute this program, you only need 4 things. First, your own dog, a standard 8-ounce measuring cup, their regular dry dog kibble, and plain green beans or pumpkin. Helping a heavy dog reach a safe weight doesn't require starvation. It simply requires outsmarting their stomach biology using the physical volume of their food. Step 1 is determining if your dog actually has a weight problem. You cannot rely on a scale or breed weight averages because different dogs carry weight differently. Instead, veterinarians use a physical assessment called the body condition score. First, look at your dog from above. You want to see an inward curve right behind the ribs, forming a clear waist. Then, look from the side. The stomach should rise from the bottom of the rib cage toward the hind legs, creating an abdominal tuck. Next is the knuckle test. Run your flat hands gently across the sides of your dog's ribs. Make a fist with your own hand and feel your knuckles. If your dog's ribs feel sharp and bumpy like that, they are too thin. Now feel the flat back of your hand. That smooth layer of tissue over the bones is the exact feel of a healthy, ideal dog. Finally, feel the fleshy base of your thumb. If your dog feels like a thick mattress and you have to press firmly to locate the ribs, they are carrying excess fat. If your dog is overweight, the most likely culprit is the tool you use to scoop their food. Using an old coffee mug or a large plastic drinking cup can easily double their caloric intake. A cup of dog food strictly means 1 standard 8-ounce culinary measuring cup. Once you have an accurate measuring cup, flip over the dog food bag to read the feeding chart. You must calculate their daily portion based on the weight your dog should be, not their current overweight number. Pinpointing that goal weight and using precise baking tools establishes the strict daily caloric baseline required for the rest of this protocol to work. Now that you know the target amount, do not make the mistake of simply cutting their kibble in half. Commercial dog food is mathematically formulated so a specific volume delivers 100% of their daily required vitamins and minerals. Having that volume causes dangerous nutrient deficiencies. Furthermore, a tiny scoop of kibble leaves them feeling biologically starved. Inside the stomach wall are microscopic sensors called stretch receptors. These sensors must physically expand to send a signal to the dog's brain that they are full. This is where we use the volume hack. Reduce their daily kibble by just 10 to 15%. Then replace that missing volume by mixing a massive handful of thawed, plain green beans directly into the bowl.
Green beans are nearly 0 calories, but their sheer physical bulk forces the stomach walls to stretch, triggering those receptors. If your dog refuses green beans, you can stir in a spoonful of 100% plain canned pumpkin puree. You must check the label closely. Never use pumpkin pie filling, which is loaded with toxic sugar, spices, and deadly artificial sweeteners like xylitol. Your dog gets a massive, overflowing bowl of food that keeps them completely satisfied for hours, while the high-water, low-calorie fiber quietly forces their body into a caloric deficit. Even with a perfect bowl, hidden calories outside of mealtime will completely sabotage their progress. Treats should never exceed 10% of your dog's daily calorie intake. A single pet store dental stick or a slice of table cheese can pack over 100 calories of pure fat and starch. Swap those heavy items for high-value natural alternatives. Frozen blueberries, pulled baby carrots, or a chew toy stuffed with fat-free Greek yogurt and plain pumpkin provide the same joy for a fraction of the calories. When training, break soft treats into microscopic, pea-sized pieces. To a dog, the psychological reward comes from the act of receiving the treat, not the physical size of the bite. Once the calories coming in are controlled, we manage the calories going out. A casual neighborhood stroll with frequent stops to sniff fire hydrants does not burn cardiovascular fat. You need a dedicated, brisk, and continuous power walk where the dog stays right at your side, maintaining a steady, elevated heart rate.
If severe weather or joint issues prevent a power walk, create a sniffari inside your living room. Hide small piles of kibble around the house. Forcing a dog to use their nose to hunt processes massive amounts of data, generating intense mental fatigue that safely burns calories without stressing their joints. Managing the food bowl handles the math, but driving active cardiovascular or mental effort ensures the dog's body actually taps into its fat reserves. Consistency is the final requirement. The target rate for safe, sustainable canine weight loss is a drop of 1 to 2% of their total body weight per week. This chart shows the clinical tracking software used by veterinary professionals to monitor patient weight over time. Notice the steady, gradual decline. If you execute this volume protocol strictly for a month and the data shows 0 pounds lost, you need to contact your vet. Hidden medical conditions like hypothyroidism or Cushing's disease shut down a dog's metabolic engine. When these diseases are active, shedding weight becomes physically impossible until the dog is placed on targeted daily medication. When you strip away that excess body fat, you are removing crushing pressure from fragile joints and clearing chronic inflammation out of their bloodstream. By swapping out high-calorie treats and filling their bowls with fiber, you can mathematically add 2 healthy, active years to your best friend's life.